Hey everybody, it's PSOne here, back with a very special video I wanted to make on its anniversary date. And the Nintendo Wii U turns 10 this year, November 18th, 2022, is the 10th anniversary of the Wii U. The Wii U, to me, yes, it didn't sell as well as Nintendo wanted it. I will admit that. But I won't admit that it's an actual failure of a console. It had a lifespan of a standard Nintendo Life console, just like like the NES, the SNES, SNES to N64, N64 to GameCube, GameCube to Wii, to Wii to Wii U, to Wii U to Switch. So all those consoles had about 5 to 6 years of a lifespan, and the Wii U had its lifespan of 5 years, and because Wii U from 2012 to 2017. So I still count that as not a failure. A failure's kind of giving up not even halfway through the lifespan of a system, which to me that makes it more so like the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy was to me the failure, but it's still a cool device that I would like to have someday in my collection. Can't afford that, but the Wii U is one of my all-time favorite consoles. Period. As much as people say the Switch is amazing, PS4, 5, Xbox One series, whatever, the Wii U to me is that. It is to me the best console Nintendo's ever released. Period. I love the gamepad. I love the box. I like the physical games. I like the Wii U Pro controller, which has an 80-hour battery life, which is amazing. And the Wii U is backwards compatible to all Wii games. It does say most when it's listed online. I don't think I've played a single game that I own on the Wii that does not work on the Wii U. But anyways, the Wii U has amazing titles: Super Mario 3D World, New Super Mario Bros. U, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, Splatoon, Yoshi's Woolly World, Star Fox Zero, which I like, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Paper Mario Color Splash, which I like, the original Super Mario Maker. Like, these are most of the main exclusive titles for the Wii U. Some of them have not made it to the Switch, which is a good thing to me, because as someone who supported Nintendo throughout the system's lifespan, and it was the last one Iwata was still with, and I pray that he rests in peace. But the Wii U is such a good console. It was the first console I got on launch, because that's when I started my job that I have still working at. But the place that I've had my job, I got to go to its midnight launch for the console, and it was a very fun experience. I got to play it. I don't remember if I worked that day when I got it, though. I don't think I did. I think I may have requested. But anyway, that this console has brought so many good memories with my family and my friends playing it with me with Nintendo Land. Nintendo Land is a very, very, very good game. Deserves so much better. I love this game. I really do. This is why I think the Wii U is such a good console. I think it's still in here. Nope, it's not. The game I think is in my binder full of games. But Super Smash Bros. 4 is my personal favorite Super Smash Bros. Game, more than Ultimate. Yes. I do like Ultimate. I really do. It's my second favorite Smash Bros. Game, but there's some mechanics that don't work as good as 4. And it's just something I can't ever get around. I do like Ultimate. I can still play it with no issue. I have all the characters. I've beaten the story modes. Not all of them. Too many characters right now. But my favorite goes, Smash 4 is my favorite, then Ultimate, then I'd say Smash 64, then Brawl, then Melee. Well, Smash 4, technically Wii U and 3DS count as the same. So, Smash 4 for the Wii U is definitely my favorite visually and gameplay-wise. I think some of the characters definitely play better in this than they do in Ultimate. There's some characters that were buffed in Ultimate that weren't as good in here, like my main character is Pikachu. He was nerfed pretty hard in this game, but he was fixed a little bit in Ultimate, but nothing compares to the original 3 Brawl. Those 3 games have Pikachu as definitely an overpowered character, which is why I've always liked Pikachu. Well, and I've always liked Pikachu as a Pokemon altogether. We got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Pikmin 3. Also got other games I couldn't fit in the shelf that would not be available in the shot, which would be like Sonic Lost World, Zombie U, Wii Party U. There's also exclusive content for third-party games like Need for Speed Most Wanted U. What was it? Rats. I think there's Hyrule Warriors. There's also that. There's Pokken Tournament. So many good games for the Wii U, and it also has, to me, the best virtual console. since the original Wii, to be honest. It has honestly better games than the Wii's menus. The only game that this never got that I wish it did was the original Super Smash Brothers. I do have it on the Wii's menu on the Wii U, but not on the Wii U's menu. But but yes, there's so many good games on here. There's digital games. I got the Donkey Kong. Oh, rats! I started a game by accident. But Donkey Kong Country, the original, is loading up. But yes, this console is my original Wii U that I've gotten 10 years ago. And I still have that unboxing on my channel. It is old, so it has very terrible lighting. Okay, copyright. Please, Nintendo. Hopefully Nintendo won't copyright that. But anyways, very, very amazing console. I think it deserves better than what it was given. There are some also features that I liked on the Wii U that weren't on other versions of certain games. The only downside to the Wii U were load times on occasion. Were a little slow, but I don't care. Load times, I can wait. It's kind of accepted that it takes forever. Not just the Wii U, but my PS4 and the Xbox One on occasion can be very slow. So newer consoles in general are just slow. But this console, I think the best feature was the split-screen co-op multiplayer for certain games, like Call of Duty Ghosts and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. They didn't get as much content at all in comparison to the consoles, which was unfair. As someone who had the Black Ops 2 on there for years, and it is still my preferred way to play Black Ops 2 is the Wii U version, for one reason alone. Two, I guess. One of them would be the visuals look a little bit more crisp and clear than the PS3 and 360 versions. I think it looks a lot more detailed. It takes longer to load than both those versions, but once it's loaded, it plays just fine. I can have like my friend playing on the main screen, and I'll be playing on the gamepad screen. So I can kind of screen peek, and he can't screen peek on me. It was a little cheap. Sometimes I would be guilty on that, but I would be fair most of the time. I would like put a blanket over my head so that way I don't see him and he doesn't see me. But it was really fun to kind of figure out like how we could take each other out in Call of Duty or play zombies, and he would be able to get his whole screen and I would get my whole screen. And back then I had a tiny TV. Had a really tiny TV then, which probably was kind of close to the size of the box of the system. But yes, the Wii U is amazing. I think it's a great console. Like I keep on repeating, sorry, but the online service for it is going to be shut down in 2023. Sad to say. The eShop is still available. You can still buy games right now, so get it while you can. All the digital games that you can. I've been purchasing a ton when I actually had money late last year to early this year. I had tax return money, which I'm going to do again here in January, February before they shut it down. I'm going to grab a ton more digital games, so that way I can play them whenever I can, since the Virtual Console is pretty much long gone, since they're now doing Nintendo Switch Online, which I do not like. Do like it in some regards, but also hate it in some others because you don't own those games either. These ones you do. You own them completely without Wi-Fi. You don't need Wi-Fi to play them. So I got like a ton of Mario games, have some Wii games. There's even a Metroid Prime trilogy you can get on here. That game that's very expensive for the physical version, which I would still like to get in my collection someday, but I have the digital version, so I don't need it right now. There's Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii, Kirby's Return to Dreamland. There's also N64 games like Pokemon Snap. There's like Star Fox 64, Mario Kart 64, there's DS games, there's Game Boy Advance games, there's NES, Super Nintendo. But yes, this console was definitely doesn't deserve the hate. It never has to me, and I still, right now, I'm actually tempted to play another game on it recently, because I haven't played it in a long time. I'm kind of tempted to play Captain Toad again. But, very fun console, very underrated. I think it definitely doesn't deserve all the hate it got. I don't see why the name got any kind of hate. It's called Wii U. It's not like it's called Xbox One. It may have an Xbox One, and I do think it's an okay console, but the name is stupid on that one. Xbox One makes it sound like it's the original Xbox. That's why it's kind of hard for people to realize that there's an original Xbox and Xbox One. People get their names mixed up a lot more than others. At least with PlayStations, it's PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's easy for them. Nintendo's names weren't really that bad. I like the Wii and I like the Wii U. The Wii U, I never got confused between the two because I'm a gamer, but I guess some people did not understand. That's why they made even a Nintendo commercial about the differences between the Wii and Wii U. I still don't understand how people think this is an add-on to the Wii. I don't understand it. It's a brand new console, backwards compatible, very great console. The only things it couldn't play is GameCube games, but that's obvious. They did make a GameCube adapter for Super Smash Bros. 4, which I had the controller for, but I don't have the adapter. I could never find it. And I bet it's on eBay somewhere. It's probably gone down in some price. Hopefully. I'm going to eventually get it. Maybe. But I have no idea where my Yoshi's Woolly World Yarn Yoshi amiibo went. Might be in my box of amiibos. But the Wii U had so much great potential, has good visuals. I think it's still visually better than the Switch. I do have my Switch OLED, have an OLED Switch, and I have a Switch Lite. I'm a big Nintendo fan, and I do think the Switch's visuals do look amazing, but I think it's less colorful and less crisp than the Wii U. I don't know if it's just me. I know that graphically it could look better than the Wii U for some things, but I don't know, because I played Mario Kart 8 on here and Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. I think they both look visually really good, but I think the Wii U version looks visually better, even if it's just one small frame rate difference from the Switch version, which Switch version gave it an actual 60 frames, when the Wii U version was 59 frames. Really no difference. That you probably won't ever notice for standard casual gamers. But Nintendo Land's one of my favorite games on the system ever since it was a launch title. New Super Mario Bros. U was not a launch title exactly, it came out the day after, but it is a great game. Super Mario 3D World was an amazing game, I remember that on launch. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, really great game. Pikmin 3, great game. Star Fox Zero, great game. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Yoshi's Woolly World, Super Mario Maker, Paper Mario Color Splash, so on and so forth. Such an amazing console with underrated games that deserves better, and I do not understand the hate on it. I just want to celebrate Nintendo with this amazing console, and to tell you thank you, Nintendo, for some really good memories with this console. I've been to midnight launches before. After this was my first midnight launch for anything, was this. And then after that, some games, and then Pokemon X and Y, which turns 10 next year, which I'll do an anniversary video for that next year. But anyways, great console, really like it, wish it got more care, and I hope this game system becomes kind of like the GameCube in a way. Because the GameCube didn't sell well. It sold the least of that generation between the PS2 and the Xbox. But graphically for the GameCube, it was more powerful than the PS2, but slightly less powerful than the original Xbox. And I don't mean that as a bad thing, because I think the GameCube visually looks amazing for a lot of the games. But the Wii U, to me, is like another GameCube. Didn't sell the greatest, but it does have a lasting appeal, and I bet it will do well in terms of people liking it in the later years. But I like this. I really think this is my favorite console of all time. My second favorite console is probably the Super Nintendo. I'm really kind of trying to torn myself between the N64 and the Super Nintendo, because I really like both consoles. Since I probably say 64 just a little bit more than the Super Nintendo, just for one reason, because I actually grew up with the N64. I didn't have a Super Nintendo until honestly my teen years, because I'm 30 now. So it's been a while since I've had my original Super Nintendo. But I played the Super Nintendo first time with my mom's friends, and also my cousins. My cousins had a Super Nintendo growing up, and it was amazing. It still is amazing. But this console, so good, so good. Has great music too, for even just the menus. I wish the Switch had menu music, because you can hear the small, like, little tune kind of playing in the background. The Wii U's eShop, I think still plays. I'm not sure if I'm still signed into the internet here. I know that right now our internet router doesn't really reach the best in this room, so it could be that. Oh yeah, now I remember. It wasn't wanting to connect. This, my PS4, and my 3DS would not connect to my router downstairs. So that's a problem. Yeah, I knew that. I'll do that later. But anyways, I honestly can't really think of much more that I can say that I don't know. I just really had good memories with this console. I was 20 when it started, and now I'm 30. Now that's ended. But yeah, It's an amazing console. Definitely deserves more praise than it does hate. It's creative games, good visuals. I like the gamepad. It's very lightweight and very, very fun to play with multiplayer and split screen. And I just really like it. Tell me in the comments below what you guys think about this video. What do you think of the console? What do you think of the Wii U? Did you have the deluxe version like I did? Or did you have the more rare, which is the white one, which had only I think like 8 gigabytes compared to the 32? I think it was an 8 gigabyte. I got external hard drives on mine. Hard drives on my Wii U, so I have plenty of space. But what do you think of it? Which game is your favorite on the Wii U that you actually have on your system on the Wii U and not the Switch? Which one do you have, and which games are your favorite? Mine is, without a doubt, Nintendo Land, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Pikmin 3, Super Smash Bros. 4, Super Mario 3D World, Star Fox Zero, Captain Toad, Super Mario Maker, and Yoshi's Woolly World. Are all phenomenal games. I do like Paper Mario Color Splash though too. But amazing games, underrated console. See you next time, and God bless.